Hey, what up, everybody? Lawrence here, just sitting out here on a rainy day. About a cold one. Cold one. Hey, it's 1919. It's 7:19 right now, and I just sitting outside, chill for a little bit. I really like the rain, so thought I'd share it with everybody for a little while. Just kind of talk, see what everybody's up to, see what everybody's doing. I know I ain't been on in a couple days or so. Uh, Crap. Actually, I think it's been longer than that. My bad, guys. My When I got out of the VA's psychological recovery and wellness program, I went and saw my kids. So I think I got a couple, maybe some stuff up on Facebook or something of the kids and me on vacation. Anyways, they ended up coming up here with me for about a week unexpectedly, and it's cool. We had a good time. We hung out. I got to reconnect with my kids uninterrupted, and it was really cool. I really enjoyed seeing my boys again and connecting with them. I think we connected on a deeper level than we have ever since they've been born, and I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I've been making a lot of I'll say a lot of little changes that have amassed to some pretty drastic lifestyle changes. I mean, oh dude, my bad. Hey, sorry to interrupt, but it just started hailing. I don't know, man. Rain just calms me down, gets me out of my head for a little bit. Not that I'm ever really stuck in my head too much anymore, or at least, knowing not in any way like it used to be. It used to be all negative self-talk and I'm a piece of shit and I'm never gonna get better. Um, I'm worthless. Nothing ever works out for me anyway, so why even try? Nah, it wasn't that long ago either. I think I've been out of the treatment for about. I got out on the 9th of July, so today's what the 15th of August, and which I had court today over in Topeka, and man, God's good. God's great. I had man, I have made some really poor choices over the course of my life, and some even more poor choices since I got out of the military in 2013. Drugs, alcohol, um, getting into relationships that I had no business being in, honestly. I didn't, I wasn't mature, I wasn't mature enough in myself to realize that a lot of the things that are expected in mature adult relationships, I had no capacity to bring any of that to the table. I had my best understanding of what love was, my best understanding of what compassion was. I mean, ultimately, I was a good person that just kept making a lot of really selfish decisions, a lot of fear-based decisions, choosing to stay in that fear and choosing not to express my feelings or just not, man. Just choosing to be too weak, or rather choosing to be weak and choosing to be lazy and choosing to resign to the fact or the idea of basically it was just too hard. And I resigned to the fact of who I was who I was always going to be, and there was no changing that. And poor me, poor Lawrence. But, through some really minor changes in my life that all started, it all started inside. It all started up here. It all started in my mind. And I've always been the type of person that when I really commit to something, I'm in it full bore. Pretty much till I die or someone proves me wrong, or that the way that I think about certain things. Sorry guys, I just want you to get a check at the amount of rain that is coming down. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me see if I can. Nope, can't zoom in, huh? So yeah, and it takes some pretty stubborn people, some pretty determined people to change my mind about anything, because the first thing I had to do was realize that all my problems started with me. All my problems were inside me. I was making every problem in my life, everything that my life had accumulated to, at the point that, basically I was losing my mind. I was having auditory hallucinations and visual hallucinations, and it got really bad, you guys. I'm just super thankful for those people who saw in me through the years things that I could never envision for my own life. And the more I've stepped into some of my fears, the first one being that going into that treatment, it wasn't really a conscious decision, but I knew something had to change. It was a conscious decision to go to the treatment, but the conscious decision of going in there knowing that I had to, if I ever wanted anything in my life to start changing, I had to trust. I had to trust that, maybe I'm the one that's wrong. Maybe I had it all wrong. And I did. I shut so many people out for so many years, and I caused so much pain and said so many hurtful words to so many people that you can't ever take back, And sometimes those words you say and those actions that you do out of fear, out of not trusting, out of not understanding that happiness, joy, enjoyment of life, and regardless of what happens, you're going to be okay. And even if you're not, What's the worst that can happen, right? I mean, the world we live in today, the 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 need for survival. I gotta back up here a little bit. My phone's getting all wet. The situated here again. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. We're plugging them. Don't do it. McDonald's is bad. Whole foods, whole grain. Eat right, exercise. Random. Trying to get refocused. Man, I ain't done this in a while. Can you guys tell? Getting a little stage fright. Brain's going blank. But you know, it's cool. You check it out, man. It's a nice rig. Anyways, man, I like looking at myself now. Sorry, guys, just had a little, got a little full of myself there for a second. That's okay. You gotta love yourself. But those fears that I stepped into, going into treatment, to build trust and allow yourself to trust and regardless of the outcome, and not let anybody else's actions or words or opinions affect you is a very, very, very hard place to get to. And I'm not there yet. I mean, if I'm being brutally honest, I really don't believe that anybody alive can have somebody say something to them and at some level it not affect that human psyche. In some form or fashion. I mean, we all affect each other. But back to the trust thing. Back to the trust thing. Let's talk about trust for a minute. Where does the fear of just being able to trust other people, for me, come from? And I think it comes from a place of, I never even really knew myself. And most of the time, if I said something, I would do it eventually if it were important enough to my life. The unfortunate side to that was that I wasn't important to me. So if I had no importance to myself and I had no trust for myself, how could I offer that to anybody else? How could I allow myself to trust somebody else if the one person in this world I should be able to trust, me, myself, was kind of a huge POS, Yeah, I mean, putting into an environment like the military, I thrived and I was set out above a lot of my peers because I believe I was a yes man and I just wanted to have people notice me. And as quiet and as shy and everything as I said I was, I loved the attention. I loved the attention of being able to be chosen by somebody to lead the extra physical training program, or being picked to go down and be for any of you that are in the military, go and be the commander and first sergeant's training room NCO, orderly room NCO, and just having the trust that even when after I was there for 2 years, they still didn't want to let me go, but really were keeping me off track. So I excel when I had people of authority that I gave authority to in my mind, telling me what to do, when to do it, where to do it, how to do it, what uniform to do it in. I was great, yo. I could follow orders to a T. You give me a task and you tell me how you want it done, it'll get done. There's no thinking on my part, there's just doing. But fast forward a little bit, left to my own devices, I got myself into trouble in 2012 and got on probation. And man, it's August 15th of 2018, and in 2 weeks, through God's grace, through the kindness and love of other people, I'm gonna be off probation. And for the first time in my life, I get to be an adult of my life. I won't have somebody telling me what to do, when I can do it, if I can do it, and I get to be in charge of myself, and I get to be in charge of my life, and I'm super excited about that for the first time in my life. I think I know that I can adult my own life now. Not gonna be great at it at first. I expect to be great though. But I'm excited, man. I'm excited for life. I'm excited because with offering that trust to a group of individuals, when I went into this program to try to fix my thinker, because nothing out here is ever going to change for me until this changed first. If you put out what you've always put out, you're going to get back what you've always got back. And I got tired of hurting, and I got tired of pain. Not only for myself, whatever. I kept myself in that cycle. There's no need to whine, cry, or bitch about it. I mean, it deeply saddens me to know how many people were affected along my path just because I couldn't trust. Just because I made a choice not to do anything about the problems that I had in my life. I succumbed to the pain and the issues and woe is me and the entitled life of this poor little white American boy, Never had a problem with working hard. Never had a problem with anything except for making decisions and sticking to the commitments I made in my past. Because how can somebody who really didn't have any of his own values, who really didn't have any of his own real ideas, never had a clear vision of who I am, was. And, as I started digging deep into my own mind, getting myself a little more schooled on the processes of the brain, the body, and just figuring out what I like and what I stand for, and what I hold in high esteem. And it's true, water seeks its own level. Vibrations seek their own level. And it doesn't matter who you think you are. It doesn't matter what you try to portray yourself to be. Actions always speak louder than words. And the actions that I displayed and the ways that I acted, especially towards those people in my life who had I chosen to treat better, I should have treated better. I should have. There I go, getting. There's no should-haves, could-haves, would-haves, because then we're living in the past, and if you're living in the past, then what can you expect from your future except for the same old past? I know that. I know that now. But I also know that I hurt a lot of people. And I know I keep going back to that. And as good as my life is right now, as amazing as I feel, I appreciate, once again, I've said it in other videos, everybody in my past, forgive the list. I got these new Invisaligners. Oh yeah, there's that stain I'm getting rid of. Anyways, yeah. Put those back in there. Just got an up close personal in my mouth. Don't worry, I brush my teeth. Oh, we don't have smell-o-vision yet. I'm sure that's coming. Fudge. Randomnicities, man. See, I gotta get a script and I gotta start sticking to that. And I'm gonna get a computer and start editing these videos. That way they're not so much mumbled, babbling. Well, I was gonna say BS, but I'm trying to watch my mouth. But that's alright, Truth. Back to that. Hey, on the truth thing, man. For real. Hey, for everybody out there who sees this, or if you talk to your friends about it, or whatever, if these videos do nothing else except for maybe spark a conversation with yourself, to honestly look at where you're at and honestly look at what you're doing, and you ain't got to tell nobody else. You ain't got to say nothing to nobody else. But be honest with yourself. Give yourself a chance. You're all worth it. Every one of you. I believe in all of you. I really, really do. I don't even know you. I believe in you. Every person has their own God-given special niche in the world, their thing that they just love to do. And if you don't know what it is, start doing different things. You'll come across it. Heard something in an interview on the impact theory today. It was this kid from Arkansas, and he achieved nuclear fission at the age of 14 years old. Brilliant kid. Well spoken. Down to earth, not like this egghead or anything. I mean, obviously he's got to be smart AF, but more than anything, the kid was just passionate about what he was talking about with nuclear fission and nuclear sciences and whatever it is that you love to do it with passion. Do it with your whole heart. And if you fail, so what? Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, go at it again, and go at it again, and go at it again. Because if you love it and you're passionate about it, you'll never give up on it. And I don't know, really where my life at this moment is heading. But I know the doors are about to blow off this thing, because as soon as I'm off probation, I'm start doing a lot of traveling, going to a lot of different workshops, and just experiencing a whole lot of different things. All I want to do is just get out there and experience life alone or with friends. I plan on making a lot of friends along the way. I'm sure there's people that aren't going to like me. That's all right. It's like, what, 8 billion people on this earth? You really think everybody you meet is going to like you? I mean, I'm a pretty likable guy. Especially now. Before, man, I don't see how people used to be able to be around me. Yeah, like I said, I was a good guy. I generally meant well. But holy crap, if you're in that inner circle of family, or especially if you were ever in any type of romantic relationship, that if I was ever in any type of romantic relationship, man, there's a lot of women out there that are probably really brokenhearted. Or not, I'm not all that great or anything. However, this one's getting kind of long. I think I've been babbling enough. Come payday, I'm gonna give me a laptop. That way I can start doing some editing and stuff. I got a new little GoPro camera today, off-brand. However, still does all the same stuff. So in the future, expect some better videos, better content, more flow of information. And as I get more comfortable in front of the camera, guys, I promise you, I have a lot of knowledge that I would love to share with people, especially when it comes to mental health, physical health. I love talking to people and just coming up with new ideas or finding new ways around potential problems. We're all focused on too many of the wrong problems, though. We think getting new clothes or a new car or getting out of a relationship or getting into a relationship or looking for somebody to fix us or make us better or something that will fill that void that I'm sure so many of you feel, just like I did, just like I still do. I mean, super new into this new way of thinking, and it takes daily conscious effort to not slip back into those old thinking habits, that stinking thinking, that negative self-talk. You got to build yourself up, man. If you don't think you're the best thing since sliced bread or a left-handed pair of scissors, who else is? I mean, for real. So, I mean, other than that, hey, I just wanted to hop on here. I know it'd been a little while since I'd been on, and I know there ain't a whole lot of you that get a chance to watch my videos or to really have anything that you take away from my videos yet. However, it's coming. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to use this platform for as long as I need it, or for as long as people keep looking at the videos. I'll keep putting them up. I just, like I said, right now it's really raw. They're all uncut. I shoot them, I post them. I like that right now. I like the vulnerability, the transparency, the stuff in my life that isn't easy, or it's not pleasant to talk about, or some of it may be stuff that isn't societally accepted, or puts me in a more negative outlook or perception to everybody else. But this is me, and this is my life. And the more I'm on here, the more I'll share, and you'll kind of get the backstory more and more of who I am and what I did and what I've done, and the process that I went through to kind of get to the point where I'm at. And I by no means am where I would like to be, but finally I'm starting to have this cloudy vision of what I would like to do, and areas of study or business ventures that I'm pretty interested in. And you know what? I'm just going to stay out there, and I'm going to stay getting it, and I'm going to stay here. Well, not physically like here, because I'll probably be shooting out west here pretty soon, and plan on moving probably in the next 3 to 6 months. Yeah, I know I had talked about school, going to Washburn in Topeka, Kansas. However, I don't think that's going to work out. On my end, they got all my transcripts except from one school, and I think the first class start date it's tomorrow, I think. Tomorrow or Monday, I don't know. I shot the dean an email today, just trying to see what I could do to possibly maybe go ahead and start classes, or what. I never got an answer back. However, everything happens for a reason. Who's to say what's good and who's to say what's bad? I mean, it's not until the end of our lives that we can really have any sort of perception of our own lives and what was good and what was bad. Everything's just a learning experience, And if we don't get too emotionally attached to the emotions we have over an event or a person or a thing or whatever, and we can be more unattached, I guess. Um, Life gets a little bit easier if you can drop your expectations, maintain your inner that inner drive, that self-confidence that builds with every little thing you get done that you say you're going to do, or how, just not thinking a negative thought, or when you, as soon as you catch that negative thought, you just stop thinking it. You replace it with a more positive emotion, or a more positive meaning that you can attach to the event, person, place, thing, whatever. A more positive emotion you can attach to that noun, proper or not. Uh, but yeah, hey, I always feel good when I get to post a video. I'm sure it's a little dopamine drop that I'm about to put something out into a very public forum, and I've never been the most outgoing person. Hmm. However, I think I have a sparkling personality, a sharp wit at times. I do think I do have something that I want to share, in amongst a million other voices out there that are all, talking the same and saying the same things, and they just have their own little spin, their own little perspective on it, and that's cool, man. That's what we need right now. We have so many people talking to people and trying to explain different things in different ways, because we're all different people and we understand different things in different ways, and that's what makes us us. Hey, so with that, I think I'm gonna go ahead and hop off here. I'm gonna go grab some food right quick, because I'm hungry in a mug. Anyways, hey, y'all stay good. Be blessed. Be your best. Go do be. Be kind. Pass it on. Hey, I love you all. Peace out, man.